Now what I would like to show you is how to make Crescia. Crescia is a typical flat bread made with yeast. It's very plain, very simple. It's the poor man's bread here in Umbra. Our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents made it with basic, essential, very, very minimal ingredients, which is flour. Right here I have 1 kilogram of flour, zero flour. Here on our little table. A pinch of sugar. The sugar because it helps the yeast to build and to grow. So I'm going to put in just a pinch of sugar, not too much, just a little bit. Then we're going to add salt for flavor. The salt tends to kill the yeast, so I'm going to put it around the sides, not towards the middle, towards the sides. And this is, now I'm going to make the well. I'm going to open it because we have to pour in the water and we also have to put in the yeast. I have warm water, not hot, very, very medium lukewarm, because if it is too hot, like I said, it does the same as the salt. It will kill our yeast. We don't want it to be killed, so I'm going to put in just a tiny, tiny bit of water and break my yeast. Break my yeast in the water, and I'm going to transfer it here. I'm going to clean my little bowl with more water. And this I will continue putting here. I do not have a quantity exact for water. You can make it harder, you can make it softer. I tend to make it as we call it here, by ear. So I'm just going to add every once in a while water. While I'm stirring, I am pulling down the flour on sides slowly, not too much, not too quickly, and I'm slowly adding a little bit of our lukewarm water. Just adding and building in. Slowly. Do not put in too much water, because if you do, the water will overflow from the flour and it will go all over the table and you will have one big mess. So just slowly, just incorporate it very, slowly towards the sides. And when I see that I'm starting to reach the borders, I will stop adding water and pull in the flour. Eventually, if I need more water, I would add it later. But right now, I'm just pulling in slowly. Okay, now I'm going in with my two hands. My two hands, just trying to get it all compressed together, mixing it as best as you can. It's also very fun. Now I see that it is a bit hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my hands a little bit and add a little bit more water, just a tiny bit more. And we see if it's enough. If not, we just add a little bit more later on. Now it's starting to get sticky. So in a few moments I'm going to have a little bowl with a little bit of flour. So this way, I can take the excess flour and from my hands. Okay. I'm going to clean my fingers. Like I said, I have a little bowl of flour here. I'm just going to put it on my fingers. I'm going to sprinkle it on my fingers and just wipe it, and as you can see, it will come away. And I'll continue working. From the looks of it, it seems as if it's almost the right consistency. But first I still have to clean all the flour and put it all together. so it does not get too sticky. After this is made, we will put it to rise. It depends on if it's hot, if it's cold, where you put it to rise. I prefer 2 plastic bowls. I put it in a plastic bowl and then I cover it with the other. In this way the humidity stays in, it does not harden, the air will not make a crust on top, and it will rise. It should double its size. It's almost ready. Here I have my 2 plastic bowls. I will not put anything on the bottom of them because it doesn't really, it's not necessary. I will put the Crescia here and I will just cover it. I will cover it. And I will let it rest up until it doubles its size. I have made this now, but I have prepared something beforehand. Beforehand, as you can see the difference, this is the exact quantity of flour and water. This is how I make it at the initial stage, and this is how it doubles in size. This, like I said, it goes covered and it stays in a warm place up until it's not ready. Now, we pull out the Crescia, a little bit of flour we sprinkle on our table. I prefer working on the aluminum, but you can use the wooden tables at home. Aluminum, for me, it's very versatile and it's more comfortable to work with, okay? You pull everything out, just clean it. As you can see, when you rub with your fingers, it all comes out. And you work it again. You work it again, and it's very soft and it's very manageable. And we knead it a second time. We knead it. And this is almost ready. Now with this I'm going to make my 2 Cresce. I will make 2 of them. I will divide it equally. It depends on how. Okay. As said, there are many ways to cook it. It was originally cooked on a tempered stone. This round tempered stone would be put on the hearth of a fire, and it would be put on top of the fire, exactly on top of the fire, and it would heat until it turned white, extremely white. It would be pulled down, and the Crescia would be flattened and put on top of it to cook. On top of this was put a paper and hot ashes were put on top of that paper to cook it on the other side. So it was cooked on both sides. Seeing that we do not have a hearth right here and the fire, we have to use what we have available in the kitchen. And we are going to use our electric oven, which it comes out almost the same, not exactly, but it can give you an idea of how it was. We're going to flatten. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of flour so it does not stick to the surface, either it being wood or aluminum or whatever type of surface you have. We are going to just try to thin it out a bit. And put it here to rest for a few moments. Our Crescia is ready now. We have 2 Crescias, they're ready. We are going to have to make holes in it. I'm using this type of instrument. You can also use a fork at home. But we are making holes in it, so this way it doesn't rise too much and it has an easier way to cook thoroughly. Make little holes in it. And it is now ready to be put in the oven. We have preheated our oven at 195, 200 degrees because we need more heat than traditional baking it has to rise quickly, so we will preheat it to 200 degrees. When it's ready, we are going to put the Crescia in the oven. Our two Crescia are ready. As you can see, they are well cooked. I will cut it and we will start getting it ready to fill it with our prosciutto, with our salami, with our local cured meats. Very good is also the local chicory, which is cooked in boiling water and with cheese. And as you can see, this is our Crescia.